So, once upon a time, there was a man named Lex. Now, Lex was a blacksmith, and although he smoked too much and he drank too much, he was the finest blacksmith in the 4 counties, and everyone liked him well enough. Now, one day, Lex was working in his shop, and into the shop walked a woman. And in one hand, she had the leg of a cauldron, and in the other, she had a cauldron with only 2 legs. And as soon as Lex saw this woman, he knew she was a witch. So he got to work on her cauldron, reattaching the leg, and when he was done, the witch told him that she had no money to pay him. Now this was fine for Lex, because really it took almost no time, and he was really not interested in seeing what the witch might turn him into if he made too much of a fuss about it. But no, the witch said, no, it's fine, I'm going to pay you, just not with money. I'm going to give you 3 wishes. What's your first wish? Well, Lex didn't have to think about that one for very long. He said, you know what, people are always coming into my shop and they're always borrowing my tools. So I want you to fix it so that if anyone picks up any of my tools, they can't put them down until I say so. Done, said the witch. What's your next wish? Well, Lex had to think about that one for a while, and he said, you know what? Oh my gosh, I've forgotten. You know what? Some people come to visit me, and sometimes they don't stay long enough, and sometimes they stay for too long. So I want you to fix it. So if anybody comes into my shop and sits in any of my chairs, they can't get up until I say so. Done, said the witch. What's your third wish? Well, Lex had to think about that one for a long time, and he said, you know what? Money's always tight. I don't know where it goes half the time, so I want you to fix it. So whenever I put money inside my wallet, it doesn't come out until I say so. Done, said the witch. She picked up her cauldron and she walked out. Now the rest of that year for Lex was pretty uneventful. He still smoked too much and he still drank too much, and he didn't spend nearly as much money on the horses, but it was the following summer. It was the hottest day in summer, and into Lex's shop walked a man. He was all dressed in black. Black leather pants with the flames stitched up the side, a black shirt, a black jacket, black hat with silver skulls. And as soon as Lex saw this man, he knew he was looking at the devil. And the devil walked up to Lex and he said, it's your time. I've been waiting a long time for your soul. It's time for you to come with me, and we're going to go for a walk, and I think you know where we're going. And Lex said, devil, I am so ready to go with you. I am, but just give me a second. I'm going to put my shop in order before I go. Will you hand me that hammer over there? Well, the devil saw no problem with that. He went over and picked up the hammer, and as soon as he did, he knew he was in trouble, because try as he might, he could not let that hammer go. He tossed it around, he couldn't let it go. He took the other hand and tried to pry it out of the first hand, and now his 2 hands were stuck. He picked up a foot and he tried to push the hammer out of his hand, and now his foot was stuck, and he was hopping around the shop like a fool. Lex, Lex, said the devil, help me. I can't let go of this hammer. I'll do anything. Oh, I can help you, said Lex, but I want you to promise me I won't see your ugly mug in these parts for a whole year. Anything, anything, said the devil. Lex snapped his fingers and the hammer fell out of his hands. The devil was so surprised he tripped over both feet and he fell out of the shop. And he wasn't seen in those parts for a whole year. But a year to the day, it was the hottest day in summer. It was the hottest day in the 10 summers, and into Lex's shop walked a man. All dressed in black. Black leather pants with the flames stitched up the side, the black shirt, the black jacket, the black hat with the silver skulls. And the devil went over to Lex and he said, I've been waiting a year for your soul. You're coming with me and we're going for a walk, and I think you know where we're going. And Lex said, devil, I'm so ready to go with you. Look, I'm not going to put my shop in order. Have a seat. I'll be right with you. So the devil sat in one of those chairs, and as soon as he did, he knew he was in trouble, because try as he might, he couldn't get out of the chair. He pushed and pulled and tugged, and it started to hurt in a very private place. And he cried out, Lex, Lex, help me, I can't get out of this chair. And Lex said, I can help you, but I want you to promise me I won't see your ugly mug in these parts for a whole year. Anything, anything, said the devil. Well, Lex snapped his fingers and the devil jumped out of the chair. He was so surprised he tripped over both feet and he fell out of the shop. And he wasn't seen in those parts for a whole year. But a year to the day, it was the hottest day in summer. It was the hottest day in 100 summers, and into Lex's shop walked a man. All dressed in black, with the black leather pants with the flames stitched up the side, the black shirt, the black jacket, the black hat with the silver skulls. And as soon as the devil saw Lex, he said, "No more shenanigans, no more tricks. You're coming with me, and we're going for a walk, and I think you know where we're going." Well, what could Lex do? He dropped his tools, and he walked out in the summer sun with the devil. Now, it was so hot on that day, even the devil was sweating. And when Lex saw that, he got an idea, and he said, "Devil, look, I'm not inhuman. I can see you're suffering. I got an idea that'll not only ease your suffering, but it'll cheat an honest man out of a day's pay." "I'm listening," said the devil. Well, Lex said, "Look, you change yourself into 2 shiny dimes, and I'll walk into that general store, and I'll get 2 cream sodas. And I'll come back out here, you change yourself into moths or flies or something, and then I'll give you 1 cream, then you come out and join me, and I'll give you 1 cream soda, and I'll have the other cream soda, and we'll continue our walk on this beautiful day." "I like the way you think, Lex," said the devil. And he disappeared in a puff of black smoke, and on the ground there were 2 shiny dimes. Well, Lex reached down, he picked up those dimes, and he put them in his wallet. And as soon as he did, the devil knew he was in trouble because he couldn't get out of the wallet, and he couldn't change himself back into human form. So Lex picked up the wallet and he walked into the shop. He put it right there on the anvil, and he got his favorite hammer. And with all of his strength, he let fly with the hammer, and he struck the wallet with all of his strength, and the hammer exploded. And Lex was tossed back 10 feet. Well, he wasn't going to give up. He went over and he picked up a sledgehammer. And he came over to the anvil and he let fly with that sledgehammer, and he struck it with all of his strength. And the sledgehammer bounced off the wall, went right through the ceiling, and Lex was knocked back through 2 walls, and he found himself on the street in the summer sun. Well, he got up, dusted himself off, went back into the shop, and he found the biggest hammer he could find. He could barely lift this thing over his head, and he went teetering and tottering through the blacksmith shop, aiming for the anvil, and when he let fly with it, as soon as it hit the wallet, the hammer exploded, and the blacksmithy blew itself apart. The wallet was reduced to ash, and it mixed in with the ashes from the forge, and it formed a mushroom cloud that covered the world. And everyone in the world, they started breathing in that ash. And then suddenly, everyone started telling lies. Now, some of these people became bankers. And some of these other people became politicians. And I'm sorry to say, some of them became lawyers. But the rest of them, well, they became storytellers. And that's the story.